Okay, here we go. Vintage challenge. I am running super late today, so I just took an old list that I had, and we're gonna play it. What you have in front of us is a combo-oriented bug oath list. So we're doing things like show and tell, Tinker Sphinx, Tinker Citadel, and then our combo is just Time Vault Key. And then we have the normal suspects and a combo-oriented oath list with Memory's Journey, Oath of Druids, bunch of tutors, that kind of thing. If Tinker for Sphinx or Show and Tell Sphinx is good today, then this list should be pretty reasonable. If not, then there might be problems. Sarah's Emissary is a really nice one against a variety of the Bizarre-based decks, and having access to both Oath Sarah Emissary and Show and Tell Sarah Emissary is quite nice. Because I'm behind, I didn't really do any edits on this list, so it's still the same 75 from the last time I played it back in June or so. I think it's, not likely to change very much. It's all pretty much core, broken historical cards. So there's probably not much changes I would make anyways. But it is more of a combo-oriented oath list instead of a controlling oath list. You can be a bug combo oath or a bug controlling oath, and this is more of the combo variety. So our match is already waiting for us, so let's just get right into round one. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round one. We've got oh, thank you. So notable Hogak player. So that puts us in a pretty good spot to start this event. I think I would want to play against decks like Hogak, even though they have things like Force of Vigor and Beseiju. Like Sphinx is still good against them, and Sarah's Emissary is great. This hand, though, does not cast anything. So this hand has a Brainstorm, so I'm probably just going to keep it. I even have something like Underground Sea, Brainstorm, play Oath. So I think a reasonable place to start. I would have gone for something a little bit more spicy today, but I just I've been reading or listening to, depending on how you want to frame it, The Player of Games, which is the second novel in the Culture series, and I was just super enthralled by that. So I kind of forgot to, get out of bed. What the heck is this? What? Who are you? You're not playing Hogak. Okay. That's bad. That's notably very bad for us. Maybe not in the long-term situation, but in the immediate sense, my opponent has a turn 1 Karn, maybe a turn 2 Lattice, and we currently have nothing. Yeah, they have a Lattice. So we're going to have to try to figure out a way to not get Latticed, which basically means I need a blue card and a Force in my top. Okay. The question will now be, do we brainstorm? Which feels a little risky. Feels a little risky. I think we have to, though. I think we have to brainstorm. I just don't know how we're going to win this game without brainstorming. I mean, I guess we're still going to draw one of the cards from brainstorm. I really need to see more of their deck to figure out what they're playing. I don't really like this brainstorm, but I also think I need to do something. How many blue cards do I have? Like none? Mm, 22 left. 22 in 52 in 3 looks. It is favorable for me, right? I'm gonna do it. That went pretty well. Not great, but it still went pretty well. I don't want to exile this Lattice, because then they can just get it back with Karn. So I want to force this Lattice, which is interesting. I'm still pretty dead, as this is a dead card, and the card I'm drawing next turn is a dead card. And they don't have a creature, so I can't really play this Oath. And even if they did have a creature, they could probably get a Cage or something. Yeah, so if I had just pitched Brainstorm, this would have gone into exile. They would have been able to get it back with Karn. So I think realistically here, I can't cast this Oath of Druids. I think that is bad. See what they do. Yeah, that's a restricted Magic the Gathering card. Oh, awesome. Frodo. Welcome back. I hope you are doing well and safe. Okay, Saga. I still think I'm going to get... Okay, it's Golos. I still think I'm going to have some issues in this game with Cage and this Karn. It's going to be chess. I don't have Vigors in my main, right? Do I even have a Hercules in my main? I don't even have a Hercules in my main. Oh, it's going to be a challenging game. No, I don't think Saga will be restricted. I don't even think Saga is like good enough to be restricted. It's good. It's just good as any of the other things that are happening in Vintage. I don't think there will be any changes to Vintage. They don't really make changes to Vintage unless there's like a very large public outcry, right? So unless we like rally and make a public outcry, they're just never going to change the format because they don't look at the format. So or there's like a huge statistical outlier, which there currently is not. Though Breach is a statistical outlier right now, for what it's worth. All right, so they got Strip Mine. Yep. And they just plussed Karn. Okay. Gonna have to make sure I fetch the worst unrestricted shops card. I don't know what that means. Another fetch. All right, I mean, this is like going as well as I could really have hoped for how bad it started, but my opponent has a Strip Mine and a Saga and a Karn, so I can't imagine that we're in a good spot. Yeah, I assume they have a Cage. See what they have. Yeah, they have a Cage. Oh man, Karn is so good. I don't really have... I have a Nature's Claim, theoretically, but... unless I draw, like, Tinker here. No, I guess I can't Tinker. Damn it. Unless I draw Ancestral into Vault Key or something. Don't really see where my my path forward is. This is like one of the better non-sphere Golos draws. Just turn one Karn. They have more things? That can't be good. Oh, wow. All right. Stonecoil Serpent. Yeah. I'm currently dead. I don't have a show and tell in my hand. If I had a show and tell and Oath worked as intended, I could just activate activate Oath, put the creature on the top of my library, draw it, and then show and tell it into play. Wait, does that even work through Cage? Yeah, I think that works through Cage. The problem is I don't even know if Oath is still bugged where it doesn't actually do that. And I don't have a show and tell in my hand anyways, so. I mean, I do now have a show and tell in my hand. I don't know if this is exactly lethal, but it's got to be pretty close. Yeah, it's kind of a rough way to go, but we had like a pretty good response to having a pretty nonsensical hand. So we get to bring in Nature's Claim, Forest, Sarah's Emissary. Um, might be bringing in Needles depending on how many cards we need to bring out. I actually think we will bring out Citadel. Just because our deck isn't very good at doing Citadel things anyways. And then obviously Flusterstorm and Misstep. And that's a pretty reasonable board out. I guess we can bring out... I hesitate to bring out more blue cards. I don't really like that idea, even though I don't think Probe is particularly good. I just don't really know if I care about or needling things that much. Mostly like Saga and Wasteland, right? But we have two basics. Probably just like this. Like I said, I don't think we can bring out more blue cards. It doesn't really make sense. All right, well, now we know what we're playing up against. I don't think this matchup is like irreparably bad, but we don't have Vigors in our deck. I chose to play Nature's Claims instead. But maybe that was a mistake. So that's kind of an interesting hand, but probably just a keep. We will eventually play an Oath, and we can even Mystical for a Force or Nature's Claim. So, probably playable. Kind of depends on what they do on their turn here. No sphere. All right, I will just fetch a basic island and get a force. I could have a lot of other things I could have done depending on what they had played, but this seems to make the most sense to me. So now I have an Oath, I have a Spirit, and I have a Force. And then I have a Grizzlebrand or a Sarah's Emissary coming. That feels pretty good. Opponent will have to have double threat here. Or a double preventative thing. Workshop certainly allows that. They could go Sphere Cage. Yeah, I mean, if they have Sphere Cage here, I guess that's true. Nope. All right. Not much I could have changed there besides not tutoring Force, obviously. I'm going to choose Creature. I guess I could choose Artifact. What does that protect me from? Creature still protects me from all the same things, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I have a Demonic, too. Don't exactly know what I'm demonicking for here. Maybe just a Nature's Claim or something. Could just be an Ancestral. What can I possibly lose to from this point? Maybe a Tabernacle or something? I can't really think of what I'm going to lose to. I guess I don't get any more creatures from here. I guess we'll just get Ancestral. Don't really know what I'm supposed to play around at this point in the game, though. This is a 3-turn clock, and they shouldn't be able to remove it under any ways that I know. I guess they could theoretically get Karn Bridge or something. Mana Crypt, sure. What else you got? I guess they could like go Golos, Tabernacle, and then Strip Mine or something. Probably going to take too long, but... Okay, here's Golos. That does mean I get another creature. I guess I should pay... whatever. I'll just pay. I guess I could run out of fetchable targets, but... no. Artifact, sure. They kind of need a wasteland or it's lethal next turn. And then I do have another... So they can technically oath here, actually, by sacrificing a spirit, I guess. Could I have chosen land and then it wouldn't have been destroyed by Tabernacle? I don't know. It's not targeting, though. So I don't think that would work. Because it doesn't target it, so the protection doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, true. The oath doesn't work because intervening if. You're right. Nothing of that nature works. So my opponent will have to get rid of both of my lands. But how do they do that? A Crucible? But I have a follow-up land, so that wouldn't matter. I talked about a lot of nonsense there that was not true. But I guess that's what happens when you don't think and read chat. Okay. Yes. Okay. Sarah's Emissary is great. That was almost bad though. Like if they had Lodestone followed up with a cage, I didn't really have two answers, you know. So no vigor is fairly bad, I think. It is what it is. Okay. Let's try again. What do I got? Force. Top Orchard. This hand's kind of bad, right? It's got a really suspect mana base. If I had a fetch land, I'd probably keep. I still have Mystical. Maybe this is fine. I think it was because of lack of green cards, Montana, but I don't know for sure. It's been a while since I played this list. I think this is close. I could see the reasons for mulliganing it, but as a 6-card hand, it's pretty reasonable. I would definitely keep the 6-card hand, so... I have Slam Oko, but I also have, like, Mystical for show and tell. Saga Gaming, huh? Saga Go? Interesting. Really don't want to get wastelanded, but I also really want to cast Mystical Tutor. Like I can just go Forest Jet top. But I'd really like to cast Mystical Tutor in the event. I could even get a Nature's Claim and kill Saga, like... I think I'm supposed to play this Orchard out. I have a Force. I have a Mystical. I have Show and Tell and Tinker Sphinx. Both of those are options. Yeah, I think putting a Grizzlebrand into play or a Sphinx in play is winning. Is it just one, right? The game is over. So I think that's better than an Oko, where Oko can get revoked or Spyglassed. So they can follow up here with... They had Wasteland. That's so bad for me. I guess I can just go for Nature's Claim, right? Then we're playing a longer game, but... I could still get Show and Tell, but I think that's probably bad. If I just claim this Saga, aren't we super far ahead? I kind of think so. I wish I had... I guess I don't really wish I had a Vigor here. So claim is pretty good. I can still find Oath at any point. No. I don't think so. I don't like that. What if he gets Black Lotus? I don't think I like that play very much. So... Interesting. I could go get Demonic, get Show and Tell. They didn't have a land drop this turn. But the problem is, if I grab the Tropical Island and they play a Sphere or something, it's so bad, isn't it? Or even just, I guess I can hold Tropical Island so I don't get Wastelanded. I mean, I'm getting the Demonic either way. It's just a case of, do I want to grab Tropical Island and bank on it? Kind of think I do. I guess I could theoretically just get Ancestral and Ancestral this turn, but I'm not 100% sure that's bad. I'm going to get this no matter what, and then I'm going to think about this. Demonic Claim the Soul Ring. I don't know. It's just so bad against Top Deck Workshop. I just don't think it's good. I think I want to do something that's progressing my game plan here. I just don't know what that is. I think Tinker and Show and Tell are both a little risky. Yeah, I can DT Lotus Yogg, but I just don't think that's good enough, right? So I could have gone drawn Yoda, DT Lotus, drawn Yogg Will, Yogg, and then DT. Oh, maybe I could have gone DT Oath. Yeah, you're right. I probably had a Yogg Will line there. I don't know why I dismissed that. I did dismiss it though. No, I think we had a guaranteed Oath line. That's definitely true. I think I'm just gonna get Ancestral. Show and Tell is pretty reasonable as well. No, I'm just gonna get Ancestral. Maybe that's insane. Those are pretty good. No. I missed a lethal Yogg, not a lethal Yogg line, but a good Yogg line where I would have gotten an Oath. I'm like trying to avoid getting an Oath because I didn't have an answer to Grafdigger's Cage, but yeah, this does expose me to Wasteland for sure. I don't know. Like, I could have gone show and tell there and held my tropical island, right? That was something I was considering doing. There was a lot of reasonable choices there. Yep, Crucible Wasteland. That's what I was worried about. But that's not reason to be worried for show and tell though, because I could have held my tropical. So now they have Crucible Wasteland, Crucible Saga. So I'm actually currently losing unless I draw a fetch land this turn. Currently losing is the case. Oh, I threw this game, I think. I should have played around Wasteland. Like, I considered playing around Wasteland with my show and tell line and then chose not to. I could have just not drawn my tropical island with my top as well. No, this is definitely bad. My opponent has an active Saga Crucible going. And they have somehow gotten out of their mana situation by drawing the Soul Ring. And they have a clock. Everything is really bad. Everything is horrible. Oh my god. Okay. I drew the key. Oh my lord, you gotta be kidding me. I hate this game so much. Oh boy. I think I threw this game. I could have just gone for the show and tell line. I guess that would have been really bad against Null Rod, but I'm just dead to the stupid Nettle Cyst. All right, so I can draw one of my 3 more Nature's Claims. I can also draw Fetch and go Time Walking. I can just draw Show and Tell and die. All right, I mean, I think I threw this game. I think I had a lot of shots, but my opponent Null Rodding their entire mana base got me. And also just not having blue mana. That's like kind of the worrisome part about Ancestral is there are a lot of bad cards I can draw. That game swung really fast. That's all I really needed was a fetch land. Because I also had fetch land, time walk, land, Oko your Null Rod kill you. Like I had about a million things that actually kill my opponent there. I think I just played terribly. I don't like what was I was worried about Sphere. But maybe Sphere is not a thing I can be reasonably worried about from that position. I would have just played a Grizzlebrand and probably won. So, I don't know. I guess I just threw. Here we go, round 2 up against Nathan. Let's see what we can do. Yep. That's the one. That's the vintage draw right there. We even get to just hide the orchard pre-oath. All right. Black Lotus. Oath of Druids. What year is this? Force. Pitching PO. Force back. Yeah, I got it all. What can I say? Powerful wizardry is happening. Well, I have a 50-50. I either have a Sphinx, which sucks, or a Grizzlebrand, which is great. A classic. I could also just die to Tinker Citadel. That's also an option. That's like kind of the problem with playing Sphinx in your deck is you don't really want to hit it unless it's good. And sometimes it's not good. In the situation, you kind of want double Grizzlebrand, right? But I mean, that's kind of the reason why, one of the big reasons why Oath is not good, right? Like, it takes a whole turn cycle. If my opponent makes the big play with Black Lotus, I just lose on the spot. If I make the big play with Oath of Druids, I have to wait. You know? It's part of the reason Oath has fallen off. So this is just going to be blue-black Saga PO. Named Grizzlebrand off of the main deck Needle is definitely helpful. It's going to buy them a lot of time. Maybe I'll just hit Sphinx anyways, right? No, I hit the Grizzlebrand. And I have a Memories Journey. I haven't used Time Walk. Yeah, we're just gonna have a big fat Grizzlebrand. I'm gonna fetch so I don't lose my fetchable targets here. Because we're definitely gonna go get we're definitely going to go get a Sphinx. Help us end this game. The Time Walk is in the yard, so what I'll do is I will cast Memories Journey, target myself, and put back Time Walk, Demonic, and Yagwell. Guess theoretically they can have Flusterstorm at this point. Maybe I should wait until I can play around Flusterstorm. It's not unreasonable. But I don't think there's another turn that matters, right? Because we're going to attack them to 11 and then kill them in the air. So we should probably try to give ourselves the out of hitting Time Walk here. Nope. Okay, well, my opponent has this turn to kill me. If not, then they take flying damage. Oh, Mystical Tinker. 11 life to work with. Not bad. And this is like a big part of why I don't really recommend Oath. Like, I did the thing, but I still am coin flipping my game, you know? Feels bad, man. It's okay. Maybe they'll hit Saga Saga. Even simply hitting Fluster or Force is pretty rough for them as well. All right. They didn't hit it. That game was like super dicey though. It was a very reasonable chance I lost. I probably bring in Veil, Fluster, and some number of claims. Oh, yeah. Gotta hold Force. Gotta hold priority with Force for sure. I kind of dislike the idea of... Man, I really dislike the idea of even having Sphinx in my deck. Which is kind of weird. Just have one target. A little sus. Don't really like the idea of Mystical. Don't think we want Show with this many cards. Kind of actually think we want to trim on Oath if we're not going to play... Not going to play as many hits. Maybe that's just crazy. That's probably crazy. Don't really need Island in this situation. Maybe we can just play the Sphinx and keep the Oath and then just take out... I don't know what you would take out though. No, they don't play Chain. They mostly can't beat a resolve. I mean, they mostly ignore a resolved creature and try to win via combo stuff, right? I don't know how many, maybe 2 claims is the right number. They are a Saga PO deck. Claim is pretty reasonable. Not really sure the right answer. I kind of wish I had like a second Grizzlebrand somewhere. Like you saw there, like they almost beat my, they almost beat my Oath by just attacking or just by combo killing with me, killing with Tinker, and they probably could have. I don't really like this hand. Look for something more powerful. Certainly more powerful. I think I'm gonna put away one of these Oaths, seeing as I have Veil. I just am worried it's not good enough. Because I don't have like a guaranteed good hit off of Tinker. Or maybe we'll just die to Pios things. Yeah, okay. It's a good hand. I didn't keep a force hand, so... Yep. This is why PO is great. Okay. Could PO for 4 right now. Oath just feels so dated, man. And that's not even... We haven't even played against Force of Vigor or Boseiju. This can still PO for 3 if they want. Or just Ancestral. I don't even know how they're... Ancestral is really greedy here. Because I could easily have Mental Misstep. But, I don't know. I think I would probably just PO and lose the Lotus. I feel like Ancestral's a way where things can go poorly. Maybe I'm wrong. This card could actually be a little annoying versus us, because one of our main ways to win is flip over our yard and get Vault Key. Well, that's not good. Sure. Paradoxical outcome, time walk, Yogwell. Okay, I concede. You got me. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is why PO is good. To be fair, my starting hand was Lotus, Force, Forbidden Orchard, Oath. Got. Didn't have one of my 5 forces. I deserve to lose. The problem is I just can't mulligan that 6-card hand, right? Like, it's too good. Sometimes you're forced to keep a strong hand that has problems against certain things. I'm definitely not feeling super good about this deck choice here. Obviously, I don't really want to play against combo decks. Like, I actually think Prison Shops is a matchup I probably want to play. Like, matchups where it's Tinker Sphinx is good, is kind of the matchups I'm looking for. And, but we still lost to Shops anyways. And then I don't really feel like I have a lot of tools in my deck for this matchup, especially. Stand's definitely good. I kind of need to find a second colorful source, though. Like, I don't think I'm allowed to just go Orchard Oath here. It's really not great. I think I'm going to walk first. Oh, okay, I have a lot of things that are going to hurt me if this doesn't go well. I really just need to hit a fetch. Get myself an Oath with Fluster back up. All right, fair enough. Well, now I have nothing. I don't think I can, like, hold up Fluster and wait. It doesn't seem like that's a reasonable option. So I kind of just have to let them do their thing. Fluster is only good if you can cast it, and I cannot currently cast it. They kept a 7-card hand, so I assume they have something extremely powerful if it doesn't have force. Yeah, that certainly looks good to start. And again, my Oath is still not even, like, game-winning. It's still just I get a 50-50 chance between a Sphinx and a Grizzlebrand. Sure. Just Ancestral. Turn 1 Tinker is definitely always bad. Yeah, just Ancestral. I agree they should probably cast it now, unless they think I have Mindbreak Traps, which they can look on Twitter and tell I don't have Mindbreak Traps. Yeah. And Needle Grizzlebrand, okay. The good news is, if I hit Grizzlebrand and a land, I could theoretically Oko that Needle. But... see what happens. I also could theoretically just pass with Flusterstorm up for PO. Ow. Hit Grizzlebrand again, but it can't use it again. Drew Force. All right. Well, I'm going to hold open Force Fluster and hope that's good enough. It might be. 3 attacks with Grizzlebrand. Yep. You can Mystical. Mystical for Tinker. Tinker currently doesn't beat Flusterstorm, but I think I will Force anyways. Oh, now it does. I still think I'm gonna pitch the Flusterstorm just because the Oko can undo the Needle. Force back. Pitching Flusterstorm. So they had Tinker, Force, Flusterstorm. Now they have no cards in hand. And I get to Fluster this at the end of everything. Woo! We're just sneaking in here right now. They can still top deck PO, theoretically, here. Am I willing to flip here? Yeah, probably. Memories Journey. There's still Time Walk in the yard. I don't want to draw it, so I'm just going to hopefully draw a fetch land. That works too. I think we're getting there. Wow. Yeah, I end up with Vault Key, but not enough mana for it, right? I can play Vault pre-combat, and then I can play Key, and then I'm one... Nope, I actually hit it. I hit it. GG's, Nathan. So it'll be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, interesting. Actually, I don't hit Force, which is interesting. So there's still... If I didn't hit exactly enough mana for Vault Key, there would actually still be a PO outs. My deck just looks like I have to get really lucky. It didn't feel like I was playing with the same level as deck as my opponent. Okay, here we go. Round 3, Vintage Challenge. This is what? How many rounds? 6 rounds? Oh, very nice. Very nice. Only 63 players. You love to see it. So only 6 rounds of Magic today. See what we got. We definitely just want to see Bizarre decks. We want to see Shops decks. We want to see blue fair decks. We don't really want to see more combo-oriented decks. We want to see just things that are putting creatures into play. All right, we'll come back when our opponent is here. All right, we're back. This hand's great. Sure. Keep. Maybe not great. Maybe great is an exaggeration, but this hand has another Ancestral in it, so we take it. Okay, Volcanic Island. All right. And what? And pass. And then what? No, okay. The one problem with Ancestral is our deck is just not a great Ancestral deck because it has so many bad cards in it. If that makes any sense. Ah, Thought Scour. Okay, so we're playing against Blue-Red Murktide. They are definitely allowed to Thought Scour. I kind of need to save this Mental Misstep for Pyroblast. I can't really Ancestral here because I'm just going to overdraw too much. I don't really want to play into Fluster either, so... Blue-Red Murktide. Alright, well, this is a very easy Ancestral before my opponent's Narset gets into play. I'm going to get the basic island because my opponent is a Wasteland deck. Obviously, Force is bad for me. Okay, that's good for me. I will not be able to use Grizzlebrand, notably. Daze. My opponent just revealed a Daze off of Narset. I guess that means we're not casting Oath of Druids this turn, huh? I think we'll just cast Time Vault then. If they want to Daze it, I think that's acceptable. And then can I get away with losing a land? I probably am just going to get rid of this Show and Tell. Narset's a good one, though. Using one of your 2 Moxen in your deck to play an early Narset is definitely strong. And they found a Black Lotus off their Narset, so I can only assume this means my opponent is going to get a Murktide Regent. We do have an Oath and an Oko, so I'm not super worried about Oko. Oh, I guess they used a blue mana there, so they're not going to get a Murktide Regent this turn. Maybe they'll just cruise. Sure. My opponent is going off. I guess at the very least I have multiple Oath of Druids. Don't think I wanted to play into another Daze. Like, it's kind of unlikely they have more than one Daze in their deck, but doesn't really feel like I want to play into that. So I think I will just reveal Orchard and play Oath. Don't have to fight over this Oath. Unless they like hard cast Negation or something, maybe. I feel like fighting over this Oath doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I'm going to just let this go. Maybe none of, like, if I'm not doing it, then when am I doing it? Like, I'm never beating a Flusterstorm, right? I just have an extreme mana disadvantage. Let's Merchant Scroll. Okay, so this is going to end up being Merchant for Ancestral and then gets misstepped. I really wanted to hold misstep for Pyro because Pyro is so good against Oko. But I can keep baiting counters. I don't even have to theoretically go with Oath. The good news here is if my opponent does... All right. Man. I guess the Murktide has counters on it, right? So Oko's not even a good answer to Murktide. I kind of just thought about that. All right, sure. You got an Ancestral. Kind of unfortunate. Yeah, Oath has not exactly aged super well, but still okay. Yeah, I think I'm kind of just priced into Oath at this point. Got a resolved Oath? What's in their hand? What can possibly be in their hand? Oh, sure. Okay. And this is a dig through time? A time walk. Okay. 4 cards left. This, and they still can't. Okay. Wasteland, my orchard, lightning bolt, their spirit is certainly a play. Ah, dash Ragavan. Yeah, uh-huh. All right. The Hidden Oath of Druids. Would you like to cast that one? All right, so our next play is just going to be land Oko, turn their ruby into an elk is our next line. They have Sanctuary. Okay, Sanctuary Wasteland. So this is going to be what? You're going to put Time Walk or are you going to put Ancestral? Ancestral. Okay. Well, now my next play might be Narset. Well, kind of hard to say. I don't know. I think I just want to play Oko. Go for the throat, basically. That resolved. All right, I will turn your ruby into an elk. You're going to get an ancestral, and they're going to get a 5 damage hit. But we still have Force Fluster. Yeah, true. Ragavan stealing things is not the end of the world here. I think I'm going to force this. Maybe that's not reasonable. I really don't have good follow-ups, unfortunately, because they just have a million mana from this Black Lotus. But if they're going to hit me for 5, they probably should kill Oko, I would think. I guess they could just go for the throat, but they're not going to. All right, so does this mean they have another lightning bolt, or do we actually get an oath trigger here? We did have it a second. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Because they didn't attack me, they don't have enough treasure to pay for this. God bless. I hope this works. Nice. I feel like we navigated this game fairly well. 2 cards in hand, Ragavan goes back. 1 card in hand, Ragavan goes back. We get a Sphinx and a Grizzlebrand. I think both of those are fairly unbeatable, unless they have a Brazen Borrower. Oh, unfortunately, I have 2 cards left in my library. So I guess I'm going to Memory's Journey and hope they have no counter spells. My Grizzlebrand was the 3rd card from the bottom, and my Sphinx is the 2nd or first or the bottom. All right, give me Yogwill and Time Walk and Is that it? Is there a demonic? Is a vamp? I guess just Yogwill and Time Walk. Or I guess Ancestral will always get me there. So I can put Ancestral back as well. Well, if they had a force, they could have paid for the... Doesn't... Oh, I guess they don't have a... I guess they could have a force hardcast, huh? So if I draw Ancestral... This puts 3 cards back in my deck, and I draw Ancestral, and I go to 1... No, I don't want to put Ancestral back. I'll just put the 2 back that are both game winning. All right. Ancestral, there's a Narset in play, so... I guess this is not game winning, it just did nothing. Oh, I should have put the demonic. But this might buy me enough time. Maybe it won't. Oh my god. We're gonna lose this game? Well, I have just enough attacks because I put 2 cards back, right? I should have put the demonic as the 3rd card back. I don't know why I forgot about the demonic. Well, I can't crack this fetch for whatever that's good. Oh no, the Ragavan! It's gonna hit my Yogwill and kill us! I hate this game. Well, 50-50. I either win or I lose. I hate this game. Hit the jet, we're safe. Oh my god! Oh man, that's so silly. Oh my gosh, that's so dumb. We actually just 50-50'd that game. Oh, yeah, we have... oh, wait, can we not win? Because we don't have enough cards left in our library? No, we can Citadel them, right? Yeah. Let me attack them. This is free. We can top on... We can just top as well. I didn't think we had any attackable artifacts, right? Maybe we did. I don't remember. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we can just kill them with a Citadel, right? But yeah, top could work as well, because we can't draw. We do top on our turn, we can't draw, and it puts the top back on top, which is pretty funny. We just feel like that's so... This is like just the most oath thing that could ever happen. Just Grizzlebrand, 3rd to last card. Sphinx, 2nd to last card. And the monkey just 50-50 flipped. I mean, I should have put a demonic tutor on top of my library for sure, but... Oh, true. We would have to do brainstorm as well as top, because if we just put the top on top, they steal the top, and it's bad for us. But we can also brainstorm 2 cards back on top, right? Or do we have 2 cards in hand at that point? Do we even have any cards in hand at that point? I don't remember. That's so silly. All right, I'm gonna bring in the forest, and I'm gonna bring in... we're already pretty pre-boarded for this one. Oh, I could time walk. You're right. So I could time walk to put the... I could put the top on top and then time walk. You're right. Oh my god, it's so silly. I wasn't thinking about any of those things because I knew we had a lethal Citadel kill. So I really wasn't thinking about any of those fun things. All right, Mystical Tutor for Forest. We can bring in Veil Fluster, I guess. We can take out Claim and Negation. I think Negation's pretty bad here. And then the choices are, do we want to have access to a Serra Emissary against blue-red scam deck? Let me go look at the last mogged list. He plays 0 bounces. Seems fine, actually. I don't know what I'm cutting, but maybe I just cut. Kind of hate Narsa here. Seems a little silly. It's probably a little silly. Let's just cut the slow tutors and play counters. I think it's fine. Wow. Yeah. I elect to keep that one. However, okay. I mean, that looks pretty winning to me. Don't really know what they're going to do about that. Opponent's deck is just not the strongest. All right, Ragavan, maybe hit Grizzlebrand or something. Hit Demonic Tutor. Definitely not letting them resolve that one. They're just going to brainstorm instead. Sure. I didn't expect to play against Blue-Red Murktide today. I know that Mog does very well with that deck, but kind of the only one, right? I don't know what this Demonic Tutor can get, but I'm not going to risk it. Like, maybe they have Caracas or something. Brazen Borrower. Cage, sure. I don't think they have any of those things, but those are things they can technically have. I didn't bring in anything to kill Cage besides I have my Okos. So definitely don't want this resolving is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we spin the wheel. Is it a Sphinx? Is it a Grizzlebrand? Or is it a Serra's Emissary? It's a Grizzlebrand. I like Grizzlebrand. Cool. My opponent does not like Grizzlebrand. Makes sense. I can only activate once there, unfortunately, probably. Well, once is enough. Okay, here we go. Still X1, 3 more rounds to go. That's a big nope for me. Let's try again. That one's better. Probably just put away the orchard. I'd like to have island into tropical and not give them any 1/1s. So yeah, so that's a really interesting last scene list. I hope we get to play. I mean, maybe I don't hope we get to play against. This might be a hard deck for us to beat. It's a very interesting list, though. It's just pretty much the legacy list, except... Huh. It's basically my Hermit Druid list, actually. It's kind of interesting. I don't really think that building this with white is better than building this with Hermit Druid, though, right? I mean, maybe you think Saga is good, so you use Saga. I like my Hermit Druid build better than this build, though. I think Hermit Druid is just a more powerful card than playing 4 Cephalid Illusionist, 4 Nomadics, right? That's kind of how I feel. Let's see what they're up to. They might just not be on that. It might have just been a league. I should play that Hermit Druid deck again sometime. I really enjoy that one. One of my better builds. Though it might be time to drop Living Wish package with all the Flusterstorms running around. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe if you went for Stoneforge and dropped Saga. Maybe. Could see. All right, so I have a Force, I have a Misstep, and I have a turn 2 Oko. Those are not bad things. Clouded Strand. We might still be in time for breakfast. Okay, that's not that good. I could theoretically have gone for Underground Sea, but I think exposing myself to a possible Wasteland deck doesn't make sense. They have Pyro? Oh no, is it just Breach? Pyro is so bad for me here. I guess I have Misstep, but I feel like I'm going to be pretty far behind. So now the question is, do I suit up the Soul Ring? And I think the answer is yes. Don't think I need the Soul Ring for much else, and I don't want to get stuck with a food and no elk. Well, we have very low resources because we were on the play and mulliganed and had to use a mana rock and a mental misstep. So I have very few follow-ups, and my opponent has 5 cards in hand. The good news is we have, a powerful planeswalker, but I had to use my mental misstep on a pyroblast, and thus we get pyroblasted. All right. I don't even know if I want to play Time Vault, considering my opponent could DAC it or something, but it's probably still correct. I assume my opponent is playing Breach, but they would only have probably 2 Pyroblast in the main if they were on Breach. I would think maybe less. I certainly feel disadvantaged from this position where my opponent has 9 cards in hand, but I gotta do. Brutal. So brutal. Even if my opponent had like no Pyroblast and they just Ancestral, or they just, if I had to use, I didn't have the second blue card. If I had the second blue card instead of Time Vault, then maybe things are a little bit better. This Lightning Bolt. Man. Wonder if it's just blue-red Murktide then. I think I'm letting that happen. Doesn't really feel like a winning line to force that. No follow-up land. Okay. I mean, letting that bolt resolve means I can actually play an Oath. It's kind of nice. Force of okay, so it is blue-red Murktide. All right, then I'm definitely just gonna try to get this in. It resolving means it can't get removed from the table, and then they have to go to Ragavan Beats. Oh, we got a dig through time out of their hand. Double Force. I mean, this is kind of the only way the blue-red Murktide deck wins, is if it resolves Ancestral and just gets an insurmountable force advantage. So it's definitely rough from here. But I guess we could draw another Oath, and then that would be pretty good against Murktide. Maybe that wouldn't even be good enough, though. Yeah. Now I have to just draw key. but this whole plan basically hinges on my opponent having Ancestral Recall, so not much to say. Basically, the nut draw from them. Could actually bring in Leyline. I didn't bring in Leyline versus my last opponent who was on blue-red, but Leyline is so good against their deck. Their deck just doesn't really function without a graveyard. We'll have to see what the plan looks like. If we were to do like Negation, Mystical, Nature's Claim, Vampiric. I don't think we can get there. Probably don't want to do that. No, I think Oath is still the best way we win against them. No, they don't play anything. They just play Murktides. I don't know. I don't think we need to board in Leyline. It's just an option we could have. I did say that I would want to play against more blue-red Murktides, so I got what I asked for. Just really, really rough start, because if we had just if our Oko was an Oath, then we would have been in a much better spot. But our Oko was a pyroblastable target, so it was a little rough. I mean, like, we can theoretically play Leyline instead of like Narset. Just don't want to go too low on blue cards. I do like this matchup, though. I think a Resolve to Oath makes it very hard for them. They have to do like a ton of Ragavan attacks or Murktide Walk. But we got Ancestral out of that one. This one just needed a forest. Didn't have a forest. Okay, that's a good one. The question will be... I don't think there's a question. I think we just jam. My opponent will have to have double force, which is not a super likely hand. We've had some solid keeps this tournament, to be fair. I think we've had like a multiple Mox and Oath force hands with Orchards as well. I think we've drawn pretty hot. All right. How many forces? None. Okay. Oh. Should be really tough for my opponent from here, unless they have like a bolt for the Spirit token to buy a turn. Lotus. I could just force this Lotus. They didn't play a land, so they can't daze. Or am I gonna get bolted on my Spirit token here? Nope. Well, maybe. I just felt like taking them off Lotus mean nothing bad can happen, but maybe that was aggressive. Guess if they have Bolt for Spirit Token here, certainly advances their board. I feel like no matter, as long as we activate our Oath, we should win, right? Because we can get a Sphinx, we can get a Sarah's Emissary or a Grizzlebrand, and all of those should be winning against our opponent's deck. Does the Brazen Bar on the stack is an instant, right? So I can just name protection from instants. I guess they could have a Chase, technically. Well, my opponent's hand was Black Lotus Ruby Ancestral. Doesn't get much better than that. I guess opening with a Force, that would help. I think I'm just going to name protection from instants. Yeah, they can Murktide. I think it's actually better just to not get Murktided. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think it's better to not get Murktided than to give this protection from like a bounce spell. Like if they just copied Mog's list, there's no bounce spell, and this is just lethal, having pro creature. Another Oath is not exactly good for me. But if they do have, I don't know, triple Lightning Bolt or Brazen Borrower, then maybe there's a shot. Narset, well, that stops my my Grizzlebrand. But a second creature should just be too good for them. I guess I should have maybe Memory's Journey. No, I don't really like Memory's Journey here. Should be fine with 2 more creatures still in my deck. I sure hope it's fine with 2 more creatures still in my deck and 34 cards. Because they put a Force of Will in off of this Narset, so I'm not going to resolve this Memory's Journey. Maybe I was supposed to just resolve an Oath of Druids that turn. Don't think it's necessary. I could definitely lose here again for another, like, if I have the Grizzlebrand and the Sphinx as the last 2 cards again. That's definitely a way we can lose. But I do think I want at least 1 more creature here. All right, there's a Grizzlebrand. Unfortunately, I can't draw with this Narset here. I'm not going to play this in case something bad happens. I'm just going to attack them and make them beat me. I have big lethal flyers. Honestly, with the way these games have been playing out, maybe I was better off playing like Pernicious Deed, Archon of Amirias, not Archon of Amirias, Archon of Cruelties. All right. I think it's worse. I think killing Narset and drawing when I know my opponent has Force of Will is worse than just putting them on lethal. I think it's better to just attack them. They can't beat 2 resolve creatures at that point, so. All right, I think we just run this back. I like how this is playing out. Seems reasonable. Hmm. Yeah, so like I said, there's definitely merit to Leyline, but I just don't know where it fits in the scheme of things here. I like having the 3 creatures here though, because all of them are going to win the game, and it just prevents me from, it helps prevent me from losing the game because I don't play Gaia's Blessing. The reason I don't play Gaia's Blessing is because I want to be able to mill over my deck and Yogg will kill them with Time Vault key. Or just mill over my deck and kill them with Citadel. Yeah, that's a hand. It's actually kind of a nice one. We get to go Soul Ring top, and then on the next turn we can go Oath Veil, right? Like this hand. There's obviously a bunch of risk involved with playing Journey instead of Blessing, but I think you also get to add some amount of power to your combo-oriented Oath list. All right, 6 card on the play. What do we got? Blue-red playa. What do you got for me? I probably will fetch basic forest so I don't get wastelanded. Another Lotus hand. Okay. Certainly not Lotus Narset. Okay. Veil. Or Ponder. Okay. Veil. Are we going to go turn 1 Murktide Regent? Oh, I got scared there. They cast Ponder, Thought Scour, Thought Scour. If that last Thought Scour had been a Murktide, that would have been pretty quick. Wow, that's interesting. I think now... Do we just try to jam an Oath then? I think we do. I don't think I'm supposed to play around Trap, though. Maybe I'll bait with top. Well, we don't have... Yeah, we have a backup Oath is what I'm trying to say, for sure. Well, that would run into Daze. I guess they could have dazed me at any point. Yeah, we should just jam with the open floating mana. And then next turn we can play Oath with Veil. All right. We got a Force and a Fluster. So now they're down to 2 cards. Don't hate where we're at. All right, they have a Wasteland. So now we don't have backup. That's certainly problematic. Okay, now we have backup. I wonder if there's a better choice now, though. I mean, I can DT Lotus, but and then I'm worried about not having a creature in play versus a Lightning Bolt or something similar. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a better DT play. Maybe we can just spin and see what's on top first. Ataxian Probe. All right, let's do that. Show me your secrets. What do you got for me? Force of Will, nothing else. Okay, so yeah, let's do... No, now we can just do Oath. Can we do Demonic Time Walker or anything? We can do... I think now we could just slam it. Don't think we need Lotus anymore. We just... Is there anything we can do that makes this game easier? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. I think we'll just go basic forest, oath, top. Well, maybe basic forest is worse than getting tropical island in case we want to go for time walk, right? Yeah, exposing ourselves to a wasteland when we have demonic top in play, it's probably fine. So we probably just go tropical. Tropical oath top go. So opponent kept like a really cantrip heavy hand and it just didn't work out for them. Tropical oath top go. All right, so their best draw is like Grafdigger's Cage or Lightning Bolt, probably. Can't imagine anything else that helps them here. You probably just want to draw land for turn, and then we can go demonic. Time walk. Yep. Drew a Sarah's emissary. Probably still just go demonic time walk. There's gotta be something good here for this demonic. I don't know exactly what it is gonna be. Or maybe the answer is just Forbidden Orchard. I don't really want to activate more oaths this time, though. It just feels like how we lose. I think we should just be able to get the job done with a Sphinx. And Veil actually protects against Brazen Bar, which is pretty funny. Though Brazen Borrower plus Force of Will could be annoying. So maybe we just get Show and Tell. Don't know how much it matters. Looking for a force on top. Okay. I think we'll just take this Tarn. I don't think I'm going to activate and put a Grizzlebrand in play in this situation because my opponent has so little resources. And I have access to this emissary. Just doesn't make sense. It will let them flip over, I guess, but then we'll be pro creatures, so I don't know if that matters very much. Trying to figure out if there's like a losing line off of this show and tell. Can't imagine that would be the case. This will also be lethal attackers unless they have a Murktide. Probably just jam. Force, pitching force. Veil. Ancestral? Or just Fluster? Ah, Hardcast Misstep. I guess I can spin for my own misstep. Okay. All right, I will not be show and telling. Noted. All right, they're top decking. I guess a Murktide region here, I have to actually go for Grizzlebrand. It's kind of interesting that a Murktide region here actually might be good enough. That's kind of odd. Because it's going to be an 8/8 Murktide region that'll hold down the fort. Yeah. I mean, a Murktide region here does stabilize. Needle. Yeah, that's fine. So now we're going to draw Ancestral into Fluster Force, and that game is over. So still kind of like ended up being somehow a little dicey. All right. Blue-red Murktide, huh? Black Lotus cast Thought Scour. Thought Scour is not what I would be doing. Fair enough. I don't know. It technically the Thought Scour is going to get you faster to Murktide. That's the big reason. I would play Consider though. Yeah, I agree, opponent. My hands were pretty broken. I have drawn extremely well so far this tournament. Yeah, that makes sense. Game 3, they're just like, I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't keep their Ponder, Thought Scour hand. Like, if you go Ponder, Thought Scour, technically you can hit Murktide, right? And then you'd play a turn 1 Murktide, which might be good enough. So yeah, their Ponder showed them 3 lands and they had to shuffle, so rough life for sure. These are the beats. Oh boy. I will definitely admit we have drawn extremely above average this tournament. All right, across the table, we got a powerful wizard. Probably playing Prison Shops again. We'll see if we can get revenge for our earlier loss. This hand does not work. This hand... God. Is this a trap? Is this a trap? Kind of feels like a trap. We have so many better Oath hands. We have the London Mulligan. This is a mulligan to 5 on a mulligan to 6 because Flusterstorm is dead and Citadel is dead, and we don't have the ability to fetch a basic. And we do have fast mana, but we don't have green mana. I think this hand is bad. If I was assuming my opponent is playing Prison Shops for what it's worth. I think it's almost assuredly the opponent is playing Prison Shops, but that could also be wrong. Like, they have a wide range, but that's what they've been doing recently, and they have a couple of recent top 8s, so... All right, I will be back when Musasabi is back. All right, here we go. This hand's not bad, but I think I'm just gonna mulligan and use the Power of London. The Power of London compels you. Keep. Bottom. I have upgraded. Yeah, I'm just gonna Ancestral in their upkeep in case they're not playing Shops. Okay, I'm definitely gonna wish I had a Pearl in play before they play a Sphere. This Veil is probably bad. I can Mystical for Tinker, though. So there are upsides. Okay, is another Karn. Okay, it is a Sphere hand. Unfortunate. So now we just have to pay some mana to deploy mana. So I'm gonna go Tropical, Pearl, and then probably hold up in Mystical for Tinker. See what our opponent has. Is it a Golos? It is a Golos. So I think I should just be able to Mystical for Tinker and Tinker for a Sphinx. And that should be game winning. Mystical. Tinker. Tinker. Sphinx. I just use Magic the Gathering Online. That's all it is. All right, so does the Sphinx beat Saga here? That's the next question. I hope so. I hope so is my answer. Wow. Do I keep just having a force? Is that good enough? So if my opponent makes construct, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I don't really have other good cards, right? I guess I can have an oath. I mean, I could shuffle this. I think a force is just fine. Is a force just fine? I don't know why I put the Grizzlebrand second. 3 attacks with Sphinx. All right, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna take my force and go for the throat. I don't know if this races, but I hope it does. I think it does. I definitely should have put the top second instead of the Grizzlebrand. I was just a misclick. But this will at least let me force like a snake if they happen to have a snake. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an 8, 8. And it can attack. I'll go to 22. I'll go to 18. And then they can make one unblockable. I didn't do the math. I probably should have done the math. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 26 down to 18, up to 24, down to... I think that still wins. Up the thing, down the thing, up the thing, down the thing. I think that still wins, and this should help. Probably force anything. Because that will save 1 damage immediately and 2 damage over time. Yeah, I think force any artifact gets me there. I should have done all of that math when I made the choice, but I did not. If it was one more turn, then I don't think this gets there, and I have to go find something else. But the fact that it is just 1 turn fast enough, it looks like. What? You have to make another construct, right? Oh, right. They could... Wait, they're just not making another construct. Why? Why not? Oh, do they have Sphere Time Vault? You gotta be kidding me. There's no way. I guess I shouldn't have pondered. I assume that's what's happening, right? Or else why would you tap in Ancient Tomb here? Or maybe they misclicked and or maybe they don't have enough mana anymore and they would die on the swing back if they play. No, they're just playing 2 matches at once. That's so crazy. Wow. All right. I mean, this is why I tell people to play Vault Key inside of their Golos decks. I guess I should not have pondered. If I had just not pondered and just held force, we would have won that game. That's disgusting. It's so gross. All right. Don't think I need these needles. That definitely makes me feel bad. Kind of, it's on me though, right? I just shouldn't have. I'm actually gonna keep Misstep for Cage, I guess. I shouldn't have done the thing I did, right? Man, I should have just held my. What was I thinking about when I pondered? Getting an oath, I guess. I wasn't really expecting follow-up Sphere into on a spell I had to counter. Yeah, but my ponder pitches to force. So I didn't have to ponder. Yep, 4 oath targets because I have a show and tell as well. That was really, really sad. It's probably my fault though. Like I said, I probably just should have held ponder because I don't think there's anything I could have pondered into that I would want to use. There's nothing I could ponder into that I could even have used. So, man, I thought that game was pretty much locked after we did the math. But maybe the math was actually wrong too. No, because I can't activate a two tombs. I don't know, maybe. If I had just gone for 2 constructs and that might have just been enough with vault key. Or sorry, with the key already, and just making the Golos unblockable. I mean, I should have known I was gonna lose the game once they once they didn't make a second construct, right? But the thing is, I would have actually beat that line if I had just not played Ponder. I just didn't respect Sphere into Time Vault, which maybe I was supposed to do that. So am I just gonna throw all my matches versus Golos shops and then we'll that'd be bad. All right. Yeah, I mean, this hand has problems. Am I gonna keep it anyways? I think so. I guess the worst thing that can happen is I get wastelanded. I guess theoretically I can't actually ponder here, right? What's the percentage chance I hit a blue card? It's not great post board. Maybe this is actually a mulligan. It's like a mull to 5, but it has exactly what I want. It has force 2 lands and Oath of Druids. I am regretting things, but I just wish this was a fetch land. I should ponder, huh? If I miss on my ponder, I'll be so sad, though. But drawing, like, blue card land would be so good for me. Or even blue card box. What's the percentage here? Like, I'm... no fluster storms. Did I even take out that veil? Hope I took out that veil. Okay. Maybe it's okay. I just don't know if I can risk getting wastelanded. I guess I could still ponder on the next turn if I get wastelanded. Just have to give them a creature. So probably can risk it. I have to counter basically any sphere and any cage. Well, they could actually unblockable Golos that turn, couldn't they? Or maybe they had to use too many tombs. Yeah, I mean, it's possible that I'm not allowed to go Tinker Sphinx there. Or... I don't know. Kind of a rough game. Opponent had like just enough artifact mana in that draw to make Saga strong. Oh boy. Is Musasabi streaming and playing the standard challenge as well? Like I could have gone Citadel if they hadn't already have a sphere. Could I have forced sphere? I don't remember. All right, well, I kept this hand. I'm going to just go Seago and see what happens. No, not Orchard Go. I don't want to have to give them a thing if I don't have to. Definitely Seago. Especially because if I draw like another sea or an island, I want to be able to play my Oath. Obviously, this hand is just like like so much better if this is a fetch land, but depending on what I draw next turn, if they do wasteland me, I can maybe cast Ponder. The good news is, even though we have a Oath target in our hand, we still have 3 more Oath targets. Yeah. The double Q life. I just can't stop thinking about the games we've lost to prison shops so far, and how I think both of all of the losses we've had to prison shops have felt very avoidable. It's kind of rough. Like I definitely thought, tinkering and losing is like, it's a bad feel. Tinkering and losing against like a combo deck, that's not as bad of a feel, but against a deck where they can't even remove your Sphinx. Tough. All right, I'm gonna pause this. All right, what do you have for us? What is your turn 1? Workshop. Okay, we didn't get wastelanded. And what? And Soul Ring. Okay. Now they can play 2 spheres. Lodestone. All right, that's a very easy force. We force this, slam an Oath, and hope they don't have a cage. All right. Got a cage. That's a lot of mana. Golos. They've had some solid hands. Workshop, Soul Ring, Lodestone, second Workshop, Golos is pretty nice. They can even have a pretty strong follow-up card as well. Maybe they'll get... Oh, they got Saga. So maybe they get Caracas in case we hit Grizzlebrand. Karn's Silex. Uh-oh. 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 Can't activate Grizzlebrand. Gonna lose my Oath. Have to beat a saga. I've seen this before. I might be in trouble. Man, if I lose 2 matchups really badly to prison shops as Oath, oh boy. I I guess not playing Vigor has been bad for me, huh? No, I can't activate my stupid Grizzlebrand. Uh, man. Savage. Time Walk Ancestral. I don't want Time Walk. Oh my god, I can't crack my fetch. Oh my, am I just gonna get murdered here? Oh no. Wait, is this just too good? Doesn't even kill Saga. Broken. Uh-oh. Well, I think they have to blow this Oath up so I don't get another creature, right? Oh boy. This is stop by Grizzlebrand. Well, I guess if they blow up Oath, I get to activate Grizzlebrand, so maybe not. Maybe they can't blow up Oath because I hit Grizzlebrand. I thought for sure they were gonna get Caracas off of this. That would have been quite good. They could just pounce by Grizzlebrand and then Silex. The good news is these Mishra's Workshops don't tap for this. So now they have to choose, do they want to stop me from oathing again? Okay, so they are going to stop me from oathing again. So I will draw with my top. Or I won't draw with my top. I will... Oh yeah, I'll draw with my top. And then I'll draw with Grizzlebrand. And... Okay. Well, I feel pretty good about the spot we're in now, so... I can actually kill this Saga right now. I wonder if that's actually something I should do. I kind of think it is with this on the stack. They can't even, like, play an Ancient Tomb and activate. So this is gonna put them down to just Golos. Yeah. I think I can do that actually. Yeah, getting rid of the Silex that was stopping me from doing all of the things feels good. Okay. Both down. Expedition map. Yeah. Oh, I can actually crack this map and get a Caracas. Wow. Maybe I should have activated to find a counterspell for that map. That's okay. We have Time Walk Oath. I will probably go to... I take 7, go to 1. No, I don't want to go to 1. This is fine. All right, they had a plan. All right, so we do Oath, Time Walk. Just discard top. Well, I'll just discard Grizzlebrand. All right. I have double Memories Journey, so I don't have to worry too much about this. I got a Sphinx in play now. I can naturally draw. I have an Oko now. I think I'll just draw 3. Show and tell. Okay. How can that go badly for me? I feel like it can't, right? I feel like it can't, right? Okay, all right. Woo, boy, was I scared. I was scared. I was so scared. Oh my. I don't even know if we want Needle for like Silex and that kind of thing. Like we can Needle Wasteland and Saga and Silex. Yeah, I guess we want Needle. Let's bring in these needles. I think I'll just get rid of already got rid of Citadel. I guess I can get rid of Narset and I can get rid of maybe I don't want Mental Misstep, even though it counters Cage. I think I have 4 claims. Should be fine. Let's try this. Oh, man. All right. We're battling. Come on, baby. We can do it. We can do it. We can still do it. We can still do it. I'm probably supposed to keep this hand. I'm probably supposed to keep this hand. Feels bad, but like this is so much mana and claim. Yeah. I guess if they play Saga Sphere, I can't actually kill this Saga right away. Oh wait, no, maybe I can. I can go Island, Ruby, Crypt, Emerald. Oh wow, cool. Come on! This can't keep happening. This is so unlikely. You gotta be kidding me. How I just keep getting turn 1 Karned. Oh, that's all my losses are turn 1 Karn. Good God. I have just blanked 3 cards in my hand. Oh, why? Why? This is so crazy. It's so good. Spyglass? Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. I'm going to fetch. Oh, boy. I'm going to play... I don't really want them to get killed by Karn, so I guess I'm not going to play them. It's so unlucky. But, I mean, my hand was a little medium anyways. Maybe, like, I could see not keeping my hand, too. Oh, boy. Ghost Quarter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. I'm just going to play Spyglass. All right. Look, Ma, I have no hand. I have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Get the name Oko off this, though, which is quite good, I think. They haven't seen an Oko yet, but... They named Misty. Okay. That's fine. I have so many lands. Nice. You can't give me the Sphinx? Maybe I'll draw Show and Tell. Well, they should put the lattice in their hand. That'd be the crazy play. What are they getting from outside the game? What are you getting? Unlicensed Hearst. Okay. I accept. I'm gonna have mana. Come on, man. Really? Oh boy. Things are not going well. At least they don't have any more lands, I guess. Blue. I can't card cast it yet. Well, Karn's restricted, so pretty similar. Crazy game. See if they'll Ghost Quarter me. They have to use it for their own mana, so it's a little tough. They could just stand up the Spyglass. And then the whole stand-up Spyglass crew hearse. Value. Still looking good for, oh, they're doing it. Oh, God, they drew Wasteland? Oh, no. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Come on, baby. Oath of Druids. Hello. Hello. Do they have a cage still in their board is the next question. Did they keep a cage? There's no way they kept a cage in their Karn board, right? There's no shot they kept a cage in their Karn board. There's no world where they kept a cage in their Karn board. No way. I refuse to believe they kept a cage in their Karn board. That would be ridiculous. There's no way. There's no way. Yes, they didn't keep a cage in their Karn board. I definitely have to activate my Orchard. They have an Ancient Tomb, so now they have a Golos. Okay. What does this get? Caracas, I assume? Saga? Okay. I'm not sure we're winning. I am not convinced we are currently winning. I guess maybe an Emissary is good. Force. Okay. Can I draw? I think I can draw. Time Walk? Oh my god. Okay, sure, why not? I accept. So I can claim the Trinisphere, but I didn't draw a land. So I Time Walk. I could go to 1. I can kill Karn next turn. But if I draw a non-fetch land off of Grizzlebrand, I can Nature's Claim the Trinisphere and Time Walk. I'm just trying to figure out if going to 1 is going to be bad for me, and my gut instinct is yes. My gut instinct is yes. But I get an attack and go back to 8, and I flip over an Oath that has to hit Sarah's Emissary. So no. So I can go to 1. Well, unless I draw both Sarah's Emissaries. I don't want to draw both Sarah's Emissaries. Well, if I draw both Sarah's Emissaries, I can pitch them to hand size and then Memories Journey them back into my deck. I have 2 Forbidden Orchards, 1 Tropical Island, 2 Underground Seas, and an island? I'm just going to Time Walk. I'm just going to time walk. I don't know if this is actually correct, but I'm just going to time walk here. So I pitch Mana Crypt, Negation, Force. I guess I could pitch Journey here, considering... No, I don't want to pitch Journey. I could still use Journey, theoretically. I don't think I'm going to cast Ponder. Okay. Oh, boy. Sarah's Emissary, just good enough. Would I have drawn both angels? I would have hit the land. I would have drawn both angels and the land. So I would have had to... claim the Trinisphere, time walk, with the trigger of Oath, pitch both of my Sarah Emissaries to hand size. No, because I can't put them back because they have an unlicensed Hearst. I guess I could pitch the Sphinx and 2 Sarah Emissary to hand size and put all 3 back. But then I could die to deck. I think I made the right choice. Just put the Sarah's Emissary in play. How can they win? I think it's fine. Oh boy. That was a tight game for sure. All right, here we go. 6th and final round of this vintage challenge. Winning into top 8. And unfortunately for us, sitting across the table is the Oath Master herself, Miharu Fuyumiya. So we have to play an Oath Mirror versus the best Oath player on the planet. Here we go. It looks like a keeper. I would say the opponent's deck is definitely better against us. What? No. Miharu didn't just play Underground Sea. Are they playing Tinker? That's not Oath of Druids. I'm going to force this because it's going to be really hard for us to force whatever they play afterwards. Though we have Flusterstorm, but I don't want them to fetch something that's really bad for us that I can't Flusterstorm, right? Like I can't Flusterstorm an Ancestral or something like that. I think I would rather just counter the Demonic, which is like goes against like pretty old heuristics, but in 2022, I think it's reasonable. Definitely don't want to jam Oath here. I want to hold up Fluster in case they're on Doomsday or Tinker. So I want to be able to get this Force of Will, but I also want this island. I think I'm just going to go with the island on top. I guess I could respin in my upkeep, but then I can't play Oath and hold up Force. I'm just gonna... I think it's important that I get this island. So I'm gonna go a little risky. I guess if I have to Fluster, it's all moot anyways. Misty Rainforest and what? And what? So I guess if I leave Force on top and I have to Fluster, I could draw into Force and Fluster. But I think that's like a line that doesn't lose, but doesn't, you know, but it's not losing instead of trying to win. No, I want this Tropical no matter what here, I think. It's like our best thing. And now we have Tropical with a Force underneath it. I'm going to jam this Oath. It's not great because I don't know if my opponent's going to play any creatures, but I think it's okay. And then we'll spin. I'm going to leave force on top. And then, man, I don't even know if I want to fetch this away. I could theoretically... All right, I'm going to leave force on top this time. But there's like a world where you could maybe leave time walk on top. But Oko resolving... Like, I might crack this fetch. If I don't have to use anything, I might still crack the fetch because I might want to hit land so I can play Oko Fluster. Looks like my opponent's on Breach, which means I'm pretty happy to have countered Demonic. Demonic is so good in Breach. Like, Demonic getting Breach is really insane. So... Interesting. Do I want to force Narset? I lose my Oko, which is how I give them a creature. I also lose my top if I have to fetch. I have the force on top. So draw force. Because I can't even... If I didn't play the Oath and I had a land, I could stand up Mana Crypt and kill Narset. This is just 2 impulses seems too good here. I'm going to force it, pitching Oko. I think I have to respect Pyro or Fluster. This does give me fresh cards on the top, though, which is really rough. 2 cards left in their hand. I mean, we could easily just die to Breach, but... that one... That one. Okay. I mean, I think I'm at the bad end of this exchange because none of my lands have been Forbidden Orchard. But... yeah, I think I've lost out here just because I've had to force twice. I mean, I could have let that go and played an Oko and just tried to make my opponent have a Moxen and turn it into an Elk. That might have been the correct play. I just felt like 2 Narset activations as a Breach player is too much. It's hard to make that. It's a hard choice. I don't know the answer, but my like gut feeling is that if my opponent gets to activate Narset twice, that even if I resolve an Oko and flip over an Oath, it might be too late. That's my feeling, anyways. I'd be interested to hear what like some Breach players would say. They played a land and passed. It's a good sign. Because if they have a Breach, they kill me, right? Breach, Demonic, Brain Freeze. No, not yet. Soon, though. I also have a Mana Crypt being a jerk. Not a good draws. This will represent force, at least. Another land, I think they're pretty close. You want to steal my Mana Crypt, please? No, I don't want to... I don't like that. I mean, I could have just not played Oath, right? That was another option. There's like not very many circumstances where I need to make a creature, but Narsa is kind of one of them. They're still getting 1 impulse, so it's not even like you're really stopping Narset. We're super far behind because they hit the payoff first. We don't have that many payoffs in our deck, but we do have some. All they need to do is find Breach now and we're going to die. Oh, yeah, they pitched Vampiric. We are super dead on our next turn, I would say. So I'm not really sure what we can do. We can probably hit a Ancestral or something. Tinker. Forbidden Orchard is a turn too late there, friend. It's a turn too late. There's no shot they don't have a win because they discarded Vampiric. If they didn't have a win, they would have kept Vampiric and killed us with Vampiric, so... Breach, best deck in the format right now, so... Quite challenging. We could have drawn a little better here. Like, if we just draw the Orchard before the other card, then I think we have a shot, right? Even in this scenario, if we get the turn pass back to us, which I'm not sure is going to be the case, we would still have to 50-50 for a Sphinx or a Grizzlebrand, and Sphinx is probably losing. So, don't really even like it that much. I guess this is all because they have a counterspell back up for the Narset, and I don't have a top anymore. I just wonder if fighting over Narset was really the right play. That's the thing I think I'm thinking about right now. Yep, they have Breach. I figured they had Breach based on pitching Vamp. So now they just Demonic for Lotus, and then Demonic for Brain Freeze. I'm just going to let them do at least that, and just want to see a couple more cards in their deck, and then I'll concede after. Just in case there's anything in their deck list that I'm missing. Merchant for Brain Freeze, sure. No, they'll just Brain Freeze me and kill me. I'm dead. I just want to see some of their deck before the game ends. Yeah, they just Brain Freeze themselves, and then they Brain Freeze me. Our Memory's Journey is exiled, but also that wouldn't be good enough because they'll have infinite mana, not infinite mana, but enough mana that it won't matter, and they'll be able to Flusterstorm or counter my spell in any way. Even if we had Gaia's Blessing, they can Brain Freeze us, and then with the Gaia's Blessing trigger on the stack, they can counter their own Brain Freeze, and then Brain Freeze us again, and then Ancestral with Gaia's Blessing still on the stack. Also, they could just cast Lightning Bolt 4 times. There's like a million ways we die. Basic Island. They are playing Tinker Citadel. They are playing Lotus Petal. They are playing Saga. They are playing an Expressive Iteration. If I can get another set of Brain Freezers targeting them, I will let this keep going. If they target me, I will concede. I just want to see more of their deck. To play around Gaia's Blessing, you Brain Freeze me, and then when the Gaia's Blessing trigger goes on the stack, you counter your original copy of Brain Freeze with a Pyroblast or a Flusterstorm, and then you recast Brain Freeze targeting me, exile all of my cards with the Gaia's Blessing trigger still on the stack, and then cast Ancestral Recall targeting me. I draw with an empty library. So that's how you do it. You have to make a bunch of mana beforehand, obviously, but it's very easy to do that. Okay, they're targeting me with everything, so I can concede. I think I would have just gone with the bolts if I were them, but that works too. So yeah, I mean, it all came down to a Narset counter magic battle where we exhausted too many cards on forces. Not sure if it's correct or not. I'm going to take out Mystical, and I'm going to take out Island in this situation for 2 extra pieces of counter magic. And then I can theoretically bring in maybe another Claim because they're a Saga Breach deck. Don't know. Maybe I take out Vamp and have a second Claim. Seems reasonable enough. Also, yeah, I'm going to take out Mana Crypt for a 3rd Claim as well. I think that's reasonable too. Yeah, let's do this. So not the Oath Mirror that we were expecting. Instead, Miharu has switched to the strongest deck in the format statistically right now, which is Underworld Breach. If you follow any of my data articles, you'll know that Breach right now in the last 45 days has a 60% win rate. It drops down over time, but even in the total, data since Modern Horizons 2, Breach still has a 54% win rate, which is very high. You don't want Leyline because their deck is not all in on Breach. Their deck plays 2 or 3 Breaches. It's not really the Breach part that makes... so Breach is good in the deck, but the reason the deck is great is because it has 4 different game plans that are all stopped in different ways. You can Breach kill, you can Saga Token kill, you can Tinker Citadel, or you can sometimes lay Leah or hold Breacher. So if I were to bring in a bunch of Leylines... that would actually be making my deck worse and not sufficiently hurting their deck. If I had Soul Guide Lanterns in my sideboard, I would consider those. But without Soul Guide Lanterns, I don't like bringing in Graveyard Hate against Breach. But yeah, the Breach part by itself is not like broken. Like if you play a deck that's all in on Breach, it's actually typically not very good. Because it can be easily beaten. But because this deck plays a bunch of different strategies, it makes it really strong. I really don't like this hand. It's slow. It doesn't actually have permission. It does have Demonic, but I'm not really casting Demonic until... Like, if I had a Mox, and I could cast Demonic with Veil Backup on turn 2, then I think I'm more interested in this hand. Theoretically, I could cast Demonic without Veil Backup on turn 2, getting an Ancestral, cast Ancestral with Veil Backup on turn 3. Maybe that's actually good. I don't know. This hand is very odd. It's very slow, but the Demonic Veil combo is powerful, and if my Demonic gets Ancestral and I have Yogg-Will back up, it's not a bad place to be. You know what? I've talked myself into it. I think there's some serious merit to this hand. I think I just have to... probably Demonic on 2 unless they leave open Fluster. Maybe they'll probe me and I can Veil. Oh shit, yes. Alright. I'm gonna make myself hexproof. This Cataxian Probe is countered and I draw a card. Which is just the biggest blowout possible. The problem is not winning when you get a creature in play. The problem is getting a creature in play. Grizzlebrand is going to win the game just fine. Time Walk. Okay, so let's do Demonic. Let's do Time Walk and then Demonic Oath. And then we can Yogg-Will Time Walk Oath after if it goes badly. Maybe there's a better way to sequence that, but it feels reasonable to me. Holy crap, we have so many good choices now. So if we were to go... We just have all of our power. No, we're not playing Emissary. We have a Sphinx, and we have a Grizzlebrand. And we have a Citadel that we can tinker for. I don't want to tinker because I don't want to lose my Ruby. I'm just trying to figure out if I would rather Demonic for Ancestral or Demonic for Lotus. The problem with Demonic Lotus is I still probably have to tinker, and so it doesn't really end up getting us anywhere. besides having a stronger Yogwill on the next turn. I think I'm going to Demonic for Oath still. Well, man, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm going to cast Ancestral now, and then I can still get negated, right? If I play Oath, it gets countered. Then on my next turn, I can Yogwill, fetch land, replay Oath. Or I can Tinker... I think I just play Oath this turn. I play Tinker the next turn, and then on the turn after that, I play Yogwill for Oath again. I mean, if I think they only have one piece of interaction, going Lotus, Tinker, and then next turn Yogwill is better. But I think that's a little all in. I'm gonna go Ancestral. Nice, I hit the Flusterstorm. That's what I was hoping for. Maybe I'm supposed to hold the Moxen for next turn. It's possible. All right, so now I have Tinker into Yogwill with Flusterstorm back up. What feels like a good place to be. I think I'm just gonna Tinker for Citadel. Do I play my land first? Don't think so. Okay. I have a Citadel on a top. All right, that should just be game. All right, I mean, this works. Yeah, I mean, we top decked all restricted cards. Quite good. Do I have enough to Yogwill Time Vault combo? Looks like I do. Okay. To game 3 of our winning in. It's a lot of Nature's Claims. All right, let's continue. We definitely drew well for that hand. Ugh. Ugh. This is like a very classic Justin Oath hand where you have a lot of powerful cards, but they're so bad. That's just not close. It's just not close to close. Let's try again. That's also not remotely close either. They're also on 6, but we're going to have to go to 5 for sure. I don't know. We might have used all our luck up. We might have just done it all the luck too early. That is like one of the biggest problems with these decks is they have some abysmal hands. That hand's much better. All right, I'm going to put the key on the bottom, and I'm going to put... Oh, I think I'm going to put... Oh, no. How do I choose? How do I choose? That's so hard. I think I'm going to. Yeah, I mean, London Mulligan is broken, right? Yeah, I mean, I think that's my only option. London Mulligan... No, you can't pitch Narset because you need force... Ah. All right, they saw my hand again. Well, no, they saw my hand again. They saw my hand this time. Last time, I didn't allow that. No, no, no. I have to keep Narset for force, and I think what we do is we just go Merchant Scroll, or Forbidden Orchard Pass, Ancestral on their upkeep, especially if they go Saga. Saga Jet, okay. All right, well, now we're going to be able to resolve this Ancestral. I'm still going to cast it on their upkeep, though. Maybe not. No, I am. I am going to do that. Not a bad draw, theoretically, here. We can't Oath before that... Ooh. We can't Oath before they cage us, which is annoying. Okay. I mean, I'm going to get this Ancestral on their upkeep. They don't know about this force, and hopefully after I Ancestral, I'll have double forces. And that should help a lot. There is still the problem that this Saga will get a cage in response to our Oath of Druids. We did put in 3 claims, though, and 3 Okos. They're down pretty low because they were on the play and mulligan, so they have 3 cards in hand after this Vamp. And it's possible that imperfect information will be bad for them because they probed and know 4 of my 5 cards. I think the worst thing that can happen is they have a mental misstep. They're going to go in the tank here because this is probably what the most important play of the match. This Vampiric Tutor costs them a card from their hand and a draw, and has to be good. All right, I'm going to cast Ancestral Target myself. What say you? Probably nothing. And we drew another force. Okay. So we will still have to deal with a cage, but theoretically... I mean, they're not going to cast anything that they know is going to get negated on this turn. So I wonder what they tutored for. Maybe a force for my Oath? In which case... Well, Saga doesn't put the cage on the stack is the biggest problem. And they will be able to make a Saga token. Show and tell. Wait, so are we going to find out if the Oath of Druids show and tell thing works? Well, no, because we don't have another land anyways. I wonder if we're supposed to just cast Brainstorm. Orchard, Oko and Orchard give them tokens, but what we need to do is kill... Okay, I'm just going to play the Oath. I think they probably got Force, but we also got Force. What is happening? Okay. Let's see what happens here. No. Okay, so they're banking on this Saga getting them cage. So they get to get... I'm almost positive they have a cage. Yeah. No, they're always going to get cage. They didn't make a token? So maybe they don't have cage. If they had cage, they would make a token. Almost assuredly. Yeah, they're going to go for a breach kill. That's fair. So they're going to go for a breach kill through negation. So should I? No, I should just counter this on the stack. I'm gonna pitch this show and tell. I have 3 forces though, so Pyro. I have 1 left. I think that's a very reasonable play to go for from their perspective. I mean, we drew absurd. We've just drawn absurd all day. We've drawn extremely hot. They got Ancestral, Needle. Do we Needle force this Needle? Nah, Grizzlebrand should still win without worry. We want to be able to force their Ancestral. It's looking good though. All right, see if this is Sphinx or Grizzlebrand. It is Grizzlebrand as the top card. Okay. And I drew Veil Force. Okay. Yes, so I will force their Ancestral. I'll probably cycle Veil too. I'll probably cycle Veil first. Do I flip over the Sphinx? Yeah, probably. It's going to make the clock 1 turn faster. Wow, they drew Mental Misstep. I love it. Sorry, friend. I am gonna flip this. Yeah, because I have Memory's Journey, so I can't die. Now I have Memory's Journey to hit their graveyard too, actually. Because then they draw 3? I don't want to do that. I've drawn absurdly hot. And Maharu probably also top 8s because she has the best breakers, so it's probably not even a deal breaker for her. But now we are guaranteed into the top 8 with this monstrosity of an Oath deck. You just love to see it. Okay, here we go. Top 8 Vintage Challenge, and I'm looking at the most tempting hand in the world. And I actually think it's a keep. Typically, when I have a hand that has Ancestral, I have to evaluate like how many things I can have. And here I have 2 pieces of free interaction and an extra free draw on the draw. So I'm going to keep this hand. It's obviously a risky hand, and there is definitely, worlds where my top 5 cards are just not lands and I lose, but I think I'm willing to do that. Duress? No. So I assume we're playing against Doomsday then. That's my assumption. Okay, we're gonna probe after. All right, you get to see my hand. Bask in the glory that is my no land hand. They're probably like, what is this nut job doing? To which I would respond, vintage. All right, fetch. Any fetchers? Fetch. I think I'm actually going to use this probe without playing the fetch. Maybe Beta Days. Yeah, so it is Doomsday. They have Underground Sea, Preordain, Oracle, Brainstorm, Street Wraith. So I'm actually going to cast this Ancestral Recall. It will over... I guess I can cast it on their upkeep, right? Yeah, I'm going to cast this Ancestral on their upkeep. Well, I want to hold up Flusterstorm. But I want to resolve Ancestral. Well, they don't have counter magic backup. I should probably be fine to cast Ancestral on their upkeep. Well, I guess they can Street Wraith into a Fluster. All right, I'm going to cast Ancestral now. I guess they could Street Wraith into a Daze or a Negation. That'd be fine, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna Ancestral now. I am overdrawing here, but Time Vault's pretty bad, so I think it's okay. Yep, here comes Street Wraith. Survey says. All right, well, I am going to pitch the Time Vault. Obviously, that could come back and bite me. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm going to pitch an Oko. I don't think I need 2 Okos. Maybe that's acceptable. All right, my opponent has free reign right now. Well, not free reign. They do know I have force, but this is the turn I don't have Fluster open. Well, I do think having an Oko in play is good because it's going to give me an actual clock. But I'm definitely in a spot where I can lose the game. My opponent can draw 4 cards and go Dark Ritual, Doomsday, daze my force. I guess that doesn't win on the spot. Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Daze. Yeah, I mean, if they hit Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Daze, Street Wraith, that's a winning brainstorm. So there are definitely times I can lose this here, even with force backup, which is interesting. This turn, because I didn't hit a Mox and I hit a Soul Ring instead, I can't even play Narset. I want to play Narset. Narset's quite good against my opponent's hand and deck at the moment. But our turn is probably going to end up being something like Tropical Island for Soul Ring, Time Vault, Orchard Go. All right, so they're going to brainstorm and they're going to preordain. Are they going to go bottom on preordain? Or, yes, they went bottom on preordain. So we don't know that they have an Oracle in their hand or not. We know nothing about their 5-card hand anymore. We did draw Force. But yeah, I don't have any other play besides... I mean, I could choose not to play Time Vault, in which case I will not be as susceptible to Daze. But I think it's a good use of my mana to play Time Vault now. And if they want to counter it, then by all means, you can counter it. So now I have double force, Fluster back up. Should be hard to die to Doomsday here. Maybe we'll draw Manifold Key. The rate we're running. What do my opponent know about? They know about Force, Fluster, Narset, maybe Oko. No, I don't remember if they know about Oko or not. I mean, if you don't set up the comedic series of events, then they can't happen. This is just good content making. So the problem with letting this resolve is Necropotence, but I still have Force, so I think it's fine. If my opponent casts... I think I'm going to force pitch Oko that. What's the worst that could happen if I let this resolve? They know about Fluster. I'm like kind of worried about like Daze or something. I hate countering Demonic Tutor, but in this situation, it feels correct. So they don't know about this force. All they know is about is my following Fluster. There's a world in which they Fluster and then I Fluster. There's a world in which they Fluster and then I don't Fluster. I kind of am incentivized to Fluster this turn just because I can jam Narset the next turn. The problem with jamming Narset is I actually I'm gonna lose my Narset to my own stupid Orchard tokens, which is part of the reason why Narset is not that good in Oath. But I still get an Impulse, and they can't draw for 1 turn. They have a 4-card hand, and we know none of the cards. One of the cards could be Thassa's Oracle. And they know that we have Force and nothing else. Oh, they know a Narset too. They know Force and Narset. They don't know Force. Or sorry, they know Fluster and Narset. They don't know Force. So they are going to Fluster my Force. So now the question is, do I still Fluster their Demonic? That is the question. Imagine if they just like follow this up with Dark Ritual Doomsday. I'm gonna do it. I guess they can Dark Ritual here, but that's not paying for it unless they have double Dark Ritual or something. All right, well, now it's what is their follow-up? They have 3 cards. We're pretty low. I don't really have a great Narset anymore. How about Key? Ugh. Man. I think I'm supposed to cast this. I kind of priced myself into it. Maybe I kind of hate the way I played this game. Kind of just too aggressive. I could definitely sit longer. I just ended up with having Force. But I don't have Daze Protection. They can't draw multiple cards this turn for whatever that's worth, but they could even have Oracle Consult too, so. Really dislike this. This stupid Forbidden Orchard ruined my Narset plan. Yeah, this is a rough place to be. Maybe we'll draw Black Lotus, or we'll draw Manifold Key. Or we'll draw Force. Okay, I think we're losing this game. Not too often. You don't too often use your Time Vault like that. There are instances, but they're usually few and far between. Well, I definitely think we are super far behind in this game. Yeah, I mean, our deck is full of non-draws, so it's kind of the price we pay. I think I sequenced this game pretty poorly. I think I countered the wrong things, probably. We'll see. My opponent's stuck on mana, though, which is definitely nice. Black Lotus? We're not really close, but we do have Hardcast Force now, but we're probably going to die to these Spirit tokens. I guess the nice thing here is we have double Force. Yeah, I'm going to let you Mystical for sure. Are they going to go Consult? They're going to go Ritual. Well, the problem here is I think I have to pitch cast the first Force. Yeah, I'm going to pitch cast the first Force to play around Fluster and Daze. I have shown my opponent 3 Force of Wills, and I have the 4th Force of Will in my hand. Good lord. At least I got them to use a Mystical to get a Dark Ritual, and the Dark Ritual to get a Necropotence. So, come on, man. That's unreal. No, you gotta be kidding me. All right, I've used up my luck. It's expired. To get here, it took far too much luck. I have used my reserves. I used every reserve I had to get here. Okay. This is going to speed up the clock, but we got to do what you got to do. So Tinker actually doesn't win the game here. Should I just get Black Lotus and go sit it? I'm at 8 life. That doesn't work. I guess I could just go Oath. Oath doesn't get flustered. Okay, he also doesn't get flustered and also doesn't get dazed. That is also true. 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 I would have gotten there eventually, I swear. It's no chat advantage. So if they've used 0 force of wills this game, there's no way this works. Have they used mental misstep? They haven't even used mental misstep. I don't know about this, chat. We could just go oath. We could just go oath. Oath looks really bad. All right, we'll go key. There's no shot we drew 4 forces and they drew 0. There's just no chance in the world that ever happens. It's okay. We're not making it through this one. So it happens to the best of us. All right. We can draw oath. We can still draw oath. We can still draw oath. That might do something, but I don't think it's resolving. There is a show and tell. I don't think any of it's resolving. So I don't know if it matters very much. Yogwill for key is not a very good plan when my opponent cast Force of Negation on my key. Not a good idea. All right. We're doing it. I hope they don't have another Force of Will. I can beat Fluster. No, I can't get my key. My key is in exile, chat. It's not here. It's gone forever. Such is the power of modern horizons. All right, this resolved. Is Yogwill better than Show and Tell? That is the new question. The new question is Yogwill better than Show and Tell? Survey says no, it's not. All right, Show and Tell it is. Yeah, I mean, they're both getting countered. Agreed. Agree to agree. We were 1 blue card short. We drew Bolas Citadel and Grizzlebrand. It's too funny. Uh-huh. And now, oh, you have Flusterstorm, but you use Dark Ritual to pay? You evil human being! Rough life. Evil. So evil. I think we almost were there. I think we almost got there. That was a sad game. I think I played it extremely badly, if I had to guess. If I had to guess, I played that game horribly. That is my assessment. I really got murdered by that Forbidden Orchard existing. Did they play Cage? I don't even know. It's okay. I've never beaten Doomsday in my life. So, no Cage. Brilliant. I'm just gonna take out Basic and Claim, and we're gonna play Veil and Fluster. I mean, we have 4 Fluster, 2 Veil, 5 Force. I just don't have any draw cards to rebuild after I use my 4 Force of Wills. The fact that you can Tinker Sphinx into play is the reason. You're gonna beat a large subsection of vintage decks with just Tinker Sphinx, or just putting Sphinx into play. It's not good here. I would rather have double Grizzlebrand here. But I think I would have won that game if any reasonable pilot played, but I don't know. The way I countered spells just felt really bad. This hand does not look good. Like, I have a bunch of counters here, which is maybe Brainstorm gets me out of it. Maybe Brainstorm gets me out of it. I also have Veil for a duress. Yeah, well, why not? Maybe Brainstorm gets me out of it. Famous last words. As he Brainstorm locks himself. Oh boy. Come on, baby. Show me Gataxian Probe. Show me Duress. Show me Thoughtseize. Hit me with your counter magic. Well. Alright. Legacy players cringe. End of turn Brainstorm. Legacy players hate it. Well, I am gonna be every day I'm shuffling. Every day I'm not shuffling. I actually don't think I want this Oath of Druids. But do I want this Grizzlebrand? God. I guess we can decide later. Yeah, I'm aware. What's the likelihood of me resolving a show and tell when I have 2 mana, though? I kept the blue card because of force. That is absolutely the correct. It also shuffles a Doomsday pile. So. I think I have to get rid of the Grizzlebrand. I think I need to hit lands or Moxen this game. I can't afford to take a draw off for Grizzlebrand. That's my evaluation here. I don't think I'm allowed to take a draw off for Grizzlebrand. As much as I'd love to show and tell a Grizzlebrand, I'm gonna not. Okay, I mean, that's a better draw than Grizzlebrand. I do need to draw action. I can't just be playing the backside of this. But I guess if they lead with a duress or something, then maybe I'll be okay. Nothing. Nada. All right. Looking for land or Moxen. Get the Moxen. Okay. So I don't think I'm allowed to tinker here. That would be pretty silly into Flusterstorm. So I'm gonna keep going. I am resolved to play this game as a talented, controlled player. Just like Canister. Talented control player. I think, the cards I need to not die. Necro. I really don't want to give them a Necro here, unfortunately. I think I'm just going to force pitching show and tell. I don't think I want to Veil first either. If they counter, I will Veil for sure. They're going to fluster. All right, I Veil. And then if they fluster again, then I fluster again. I am worried we don't win. So, all right, I'm worried we also get flustered at the end of this. So I'm gonna force this force. This is gonna be a really hard stack if they cast fluster at the end of this. All right, Veil resolved, and we now have fluster backup for our Tinker, which is quite good. Woo! Veil of Summer, when you have the green mana for it, quite strong. All right, so I do think I'm going to play this land. It'll help me avoid daze, and it will help me avoid Flusterstorm. I'm going to play this land, and I'm going to Tinker a Citadel. Our deck is not a very good Citadel deck, but it is still a Citadel, so... Okay, I'm going to Tinker for a Bolas' Citadel. And I have a Fluster on top. Fluster on top is fine. It's fine. That's not a bad brick. There are much worse bricks, like Urza Saga, you know? Are they going to crack and play a Doomsday? Doomsday cantrip technically wins, so pretty good. Looks like that's what it is. Flusterstorm, your Doomsday for 1 life. Not bad. We continue. Same target. No, I'm definitely okay with drawing a Mental Misstep. It's fine. Mental Misstep's quite good in this matchup. Gush in response. Okay. So they had lethal. They literally had lethal after that counter war. They just untapped Doomsday Gush lethal. That's nuts. Deck is so broken. All right, Doomsday has been countered. This one I will Mental Misstep. Oath is really bad too, so I'm kind of glad. Yeah, Doomsday is a well-ordered machine. Well-ordered? What the? No way you have Black Lotus second Doomsday. No, they didn't have second Doomsday. That's wild, though. Another Oath. All right, well, this Oath is going into play. Yeah, it's a Forbidden Orchard. And another Fluster. The question will be, are we going to cast Yogwill? What does Yogwill gain us? It gains us a Mox Pearl, and it gains us nothing. Okay, cool. All right, well, we got Fluster again. And we have a Oath of Druids, so we get to go do something with an Oath of Druids. We might hit Sphinx, though, which is bad. But we have Yogwill, so hitting any amount of cards in our yard is pretty good. They have a lot of mana. I'm going to lose this Fluster, which is going to make me sad. Kind of want it. Not enough to not get a creature, though. Okay. Do we hit a Grizzlebrand? I'd love a Grizzlebrand. We hit a Grizzlebrand and a Time Walk. You don't say. Okay, I like that. All right, they're off it. They're off it. We have successfully defeated a Doomsday player in a single game of Magic. Praise be. It's not every day you see that, chat. I wonder if I should just be boarding out this Sphinx. Just really send it. I kind of think I'm supposed to. I know, but it's a blue card. It's like sometimes you draw your Grizzlebrand, and if your oaths don't do anything, it's really bad. I think you just have to keep the Sphinx. Yeah, it's still gonna win the game though. Claim seems better. Claim does nothing. What does Claim do? Claim hits actual 0 magic cards. Needle hits Polluted Delta, but my problem isn't that Sphinx is the problem isn't that Sphinx. The problem, how am I trying to say this? The problem is if I board out Sphinx, I have 1 creature. If I draw Grizzlebrand and I turn all of my oaths into blanks, it's very bad. So I think, and it's also a blue card, and I need as many blue cards as I can get. So I'm going to disagree. I'm going to keep Sphinx in and just be unhappy. Yeah, I don't think Needle against Doomsday is remotely playable, really. Unless you're playing Wastelands. Then you can maybe think about it. I'm going to run it back. Watch me pitch this Sphinx to Force of Will and win the game with it. Just you watch, chat. I'm not keeping this, but if I was going to keep this, it does do exactly what I just said. If I had Needle in this hand, it's definitely a worse hand. Unfortunately, unlike game 1, this hand does not have Gitaxian Probe or Ancestral Recall, so it's not an easy keep. It's not even a good keep. We don't have enough fetches in our deck for this hand to be good. We have 14 lands after board, plus Lotus, Sapphire, Emerald, I guess. 17 cards. It's just not a good card. It's not a good keep. It's close. If I had an Ancestral, if I had a Probe, I would probably keep this hand. I have a Force and a Misstep, which are great against... Man, Force and Misstep are so good against Doomsday. But this is a mulligan, basically. And I just needed a fetch in this hand. This hand is unbelievably good if it had a fetch. No, Angel is very important in Vintage. I would not play Iona. Iona is not a very good card in my mind. Oh, I know. I'm almost talking myself into it. I think off of 1 single fetch land top deck, this hand is playable. I don't think you need to say like top deck 2 lands in a row or anything like that. It's very close. I'm gonna mulligan, but it's pretty close. Like if this Yagwil was just any kind of better card, I think I would probably keep. Oh boy. Yeah. It's close. Like I don't think the first hand is like the first 7 card is that unreasonable. It's really not that unreasonable. I mean, you saw me keep game 1. I did lose game 1, but that was my fault. This hand, I think, is not good. Unfortunately. Yeah, that's where we're at in life. Opponent kept a 7-card Doomsday hand, which typically means you're dead. I'm so glad I didn't keep any of my... Well, my first hand would have had misstep, but I'm so glad I didn't keep my 6-card hand. I would just instantly lose. All right, all I'm looking for... Okay. And then, you know, Mana Crypt, Mox, land. We proceeding? So much Necropotence. Yeah, one or two duress. Sometimes there's more in the board. swear to God, if they fluster this and I fluster all the copies and they just daze my force of will, I will lose my mind. That would be a very bad. Very bad. All right, I gotta make sure I do this fluster right too. Oh, this true skill of Magic Online. I think I'm supposed to get Trop. Well, if I get Underground Sea, there's only one. Well, all those non-color lands. How are we supposed to get Trop? All right, first one. Second one. Third one. Fourth one. Same targets. F6. Fluster does not hit Necropotence. We should have fetched before forcing. Yeah, they could have gone Dark Ritual, Opposition Agent. That is a correct statement. That was a misplay. I agree. They have the daze. No, they have the force. Wow. All right. They get to draw, between, 1 and, or 0 and 18 cards or something. All right, I mean, this is just a typical 7-card Doomsday hand where they have Duress into Dark Ritual, Payoff, Flusterstorm, Force. There's not much you can do. It's just Doomsday things. All right, well, Mana Crypt and hope they have nothing is definitely where we're at in life. It's really hard to beat a perfect, or not perfect hand, but like a high-level Doomsday 7-card hand on a mulligan to 5. And we had a pretty good mulligan to 5, too. Like, Mental Misstep, Fluster, Force is more than you can ever really ask for. So sometimes you just need to draw better, and this is one of those times. All right, Mana Crypt, baby. Not the one. Oh, I'm almost assuredly untapping and dying. My opponent pitched Vampiric Tutor. How am I going to win this game? No shot. It's Doomsday. You just expect to lose to it. Yep. They could always mess it up. I can draw Ancestral if they pass the turn. Yeah, I could draw Ancestral if they pass the turn, theoretically. But then they'll just have Fluster mana, so... It's a rough life, but it is what it is. No, Doomsday doesn't win enough. There was a point in time where Doomsday was winning a lot, but now is not that time. I personally feel like Doomsday is a very strong deck, but currently it's done very poorly. I think because it doesn't have a great Breach matchup is my thoughts on the matter. I really dislike the card, but it's not broken right now. You don't get these till end of turn. They should probably not draw another card. Okay, so I can draw Ancestral. They're at 1 life. They can't force if they didn't put a daze in their pile. If I draw Ancestral, I could win this game. Ancestral Recall. Or even better, let's just tinker, Mana Crypt tinker into Ancestral Recall. I think I have 2 outs now. I could also draw Fetch Land, Demonic Force, and hope it's good, but... My fetching of Island lost me the game. Oh, okay. Should have fetched Underground Sea. No, I don't think I'm supposed to fetch Underground Sea. Maybe I'm supposed to fetch Underground Sea. Man, if this had just been another Moxen, I could have tinkered. Probably not. All right, well, we died. I mean, it's very likely we were dead anyways, as long as opponent builds the correct pile. Like, they can just put a negation and a daze, a negation, and a fluster or something. Like, we were probably dead. I think Trap was the percentage play. I agree. I mean, we have 4 Fluster, 5 Force. I don't think this matchup is horrible. We have 2 Veil as well. Yeah. Like I said, I think the real problem came with round 1, game 1, where the keep was fine, but the play, I don't know what the best play was, but I just feel like it felt like I was hemorrhaging spells. And maybe I was just always hemorrhaging spells because I had no payoff and I was just countering their things and I was always going to be behind because I pitch cast so many forces. Definitely felt like that was probably an issue. But then we came back in game 2 and then game 3 we mulliganed, right? It was gonna be tough. Like our 7-card hand probably is a bad keep and we should mulligan it. Our 6-card hand wasn't good and our 5-card hand was very good, but it wasn't as good as a Doomsday 7, and that's just sometimes that's magic. So we died in the top 8, but we'll take a top 8, especially with this deck, which I think is not great. I think this deck is quite bad. Like I do like having Tinker Sphinx, but the problem is when I want to oath into Grizzlebrand, I really don't want to oath into Sphinx. That's so annoying. It's really cool to have like this show and tell Tinker double Tinker packet. Like this is cool, and it's pretty good when you want Sphinx in your deck. But when you don't want to hit Sphinx, it feels really bad. Overall, like I think this deck is the same as it was the last time I played it. If you draw the powerful cards, you can win. And sometimes you can draw the powerful cards and lose because your deck is not very good. Like Ancestral into 3 bad cards is still bad for you. You know, there's a way to make Ancestral bad. It's if the 3 cards you draw are not good. And then Oath of Druids like almost killed us twice, where we had like a Grizzlebrand in the bottom card and a Sphinx as the second to the bottom card. So there's like a lot of that kind of stuff. Overall, I think it makes more sense to be playing a Oath list that is closer to Maharu style. But this is fun. It's a nice little change of pace, and I'm happy that we had a good day and got a little lucky, and we're able to make top 8 with it. If you're new to this channel, make sure you follow. Check out the YouTube channel. I put new videos on my YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I will see you for the next video.